Hey everyone, it's Cory McCarthy and thank you for tuning in. Recently, a particular video came recommended in my feed. Paul McCartney answers the web's most searched questions by Wired, released this past September, which I've linked in the description if you'd like to check the entire video out. At this point, I want to play a specific clip from that Wired interview, but first I want to make it clear that I am doing so under fair use guidelines as a means to provide criticism, commentary, and teaching in the case of this video.
Is Paul McCartney a vegan? No, he isn't. He's a vegetarian, but he eats cheese. I'll tell you why. It's a compassion thing for animals. And it's a kind of thing that I recognize that a lot of people think it's dumb. I mean, actually less people these days than before. But a lot of people think, oh, you know. But to me, all the creatures on the planet that live on this planet, this one little sphere in space, we've all got a shot at a life. And so many animals don't. I like the idea of giving them their little shot. I want to start by saying that I doubt Paul McCartney will ever see this video, but maybe other vegetarians will and possibly learn something. And those of you who enjoy it can help it get seen by liking it and sharing it on and off YouTube. Anyway, you heard it straight from Paul's mouth. He admits that he is not vegan, but rather a vegetarian since he consumes cheese. He also claims in practically the same breath, and I quote, "It's a compassion thing for the animals, and that we've all got our shot at life, and so many animals don't," and he likes the idea of giving them their little shots. And here's where I wanted to offer my 2 cents. I was in the same mode of thought as Paul at one time. I was a vegetarian from 2002 until April of 2013, at which time I made the switch to veganism. For me, chick grinding, a grim practice of industrialized egg production, was a massive wake-up call, and got my brain gears turning, and I went vegan overnight. You see, I thought as a vegetarian that I was genuinely doing my part in not contributing to the death and suffering of sentient animals simply by not eating them. I didn't equate until that point that consuming animal products such as eggs or dairy was still contributing to the overall problem, funding it even. Call me naive if you will, but none of us are perfect. We all have learning and growing to do. You see, I don't think omnivores or vegetarians are inherently bad people. I believe that most people are simply unaware of what's going on or the extent and repercussions of their actions. And societal indoctrination is fierce when it comes to our dietary choices. In my opinion, it is what you do after you acquire knowledge that determines the kind of person that you are. Do you make a positive change? Do you even try? Or do you remain the same? Egg and dairy consumption still treats animals as a commodity and creates an industry demand that requires a matching supply. Veganism rejects the notion that animals are a commodity and does not contribute to such demands. Animals that, just like you or I, are demonstrably sentient, which means they have the capacity to feel, perceive, or experience subjectively. And that includes feelings and experiences such as stress, pain, confinement, loss, grief, mourning, etc. Feelings that I am sure none of us, at least not those of us who are mentally healthy, that is, would desire to experience, especially on a regular basis. And feelings such as stress have been documented in animals. So has profound grief and mourning over the loss or absence of a close friend or loved one. And what's more, peer-reviewed evidence demonstrates that we do not need to consume animal products to survive or thrive at any point in our lives, nor as athletes. So veganism is a genuinely valid alternative. One that can lower your cancer risk by 19% compared to those who eat meat. One that can also lower your risks of mortality from ischemic heart disease, cardiovascular disease, and cerebrovascular disease by 26 to 68% compared to those who eat meat. And guys, one that can lead to 7% higher total testosterone and 5% higher free testosterone
compared to those who eat meat. And this is despite vegans also having about 6% higher SHBG levels than do meat eaters. And this is after controlling for factors such as age, BMI, smoking status, amount of exercise, time of day, time since last meal, and time between blood testing. Vegans also live longer. In fact, they live about 4% longer on average than vegetarians do, and about 20% longer on average than omnivores do. And that data was based on a sample size of 73,308 people and was well controlled. Ergo, by going vegan, and of course by eating properly as a vegan, you not only won't be directly contributing to the suffering and death of animals, you will also be potentially doing yourself health favors. Talk about a win-win. And for those who are eco-minded as well, keep in mind that animal agriculture accounts for 70% of global freshwater consumption, 38% of total land use, and 19% of the world's greenhouse gas emissions, according to research. Even if you couldn't care less about emissions, perhaps you do care about land and resource use at the very least. I mean, why waste? So Paul, if you truly care about animals, as you say, and you also care about your health and the planet, and you have urged people to reduce their meat consumption for the environment before, then drop the cheese and go vegan. Anyway, leave your comments and questions below and give this video a like and a share to ensure that others can find it easier. Maybe even tweet it at Paul. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel and press that bell button for notifications and check back here weekly. All 3 avenues will help ensure that you don't miss any new content from me. Also, check out the video description for links to my products and services, as well as affiliate links and other ways that you can show your support to me and my channel if you genuinely enjoy and get use from what I provide here. With that, I want to thank you all for your continued support. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.